Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Ellen, and in these videos I like to share my sewing makes along with other videos related to my sewing journey. So in today's video I am going to share a couple of recent sewing makes as well as my sewing plans for December. Just as a general reference, my measurements are a 38 bust, 32 waist, and 42 hips, and I am 5'9". Just as a little bit of a reference to the sizes that I pick and how they fit on my body. The first make that I want to share is the Paper Cut Patterns Stacker Jacket. So I made this as a wearable muslin. I got some cheaper corduroy fabric from Joann Fabrics, and I think it turned out wonderful. This is it. I love the color. It is this like dusty pink, and I just have a white lining, and I have this mindfully made tag that is a little finicky in this jacket, but that's okay. I loved sewing this jacket. It was a great learning experience. I've sewn a bomber style jacket with a lining, so I had some experience, so that made this process a little bit more familiar, but there were still a couple of new techniques and parts that I had never done before, so that was always exciting. I made a straight size 4 in this jacket, and I'll pop those measurements on the screen as a reference, and it fits really nicely. I'm going to do two things in my next version of this. I'm going to lengthen the sleeves by 2 inches and possibly lengthen the body by 1 inch. Alright, my next make is the Butterick 6801. This is the pattern. I made view A with a couple of modifications. So I first saw this Butterick 6801 hack on Sew Essentials Instagram page and her YouTube. She added a couple things that I added as well. I've now made 2 versions of this blouse. I'll go ahead and show you. I'll also throw up a picture of my first version, which is very similar to this one, only the sleeves are different, as well as one other modification that I'll get into. So here is this one. It's coming up very vibrant on camera. It is pretty vibrant, but it's a little bit darker in person. See this fabric, it's this really beautiful cotton from Mulberry Silks. It's a fabric shop in Carborough, North Carolina, and my mindfully made label. So the hack adds a ruffle to the standard collar as well as to the yoke. You can kind of see that. It blends in. And then the sleeves, I just did a long sleeve and I added 3 rows of shirring to the wrist area for some added definition. But the basic shape of this blouse is really, really nice. The one thing that I regret doing on this version that I did a little too hastily is I shortened the shoulders by just chopping off like the ends of the pattern pieces, and I should not have done that. I was doing it in a rush, and nothing good ever comes out of doing things in a rush, especially in sewing. I have shorter shoulders. I've come to find a lot of patterns, the sleeves, when I attach them, they're not really at the proper spot. So like this sweater that I'm wearing is ready to wear, but the sleeve comes in at the correct position on my shoulder at there's like a little bone that kind of points out, and that's really where your sleeves should be set. But mine are always like an inch too long, so I need to just look up how to shorten the shoulders. And what I should have done, I think, in this top is maybe add a dart in the middle of the shoulder length. Again, I need to look it up before I just go crazy. But with that being said, this blouse still turned out really nicely. I think I will have to repurchase the B6801 pattern and recut everything out, since I kind of ruined the one I have now. I will take it as a lesson learned. Alright, moving on to my December plans. I am hoping to get 4 patterns sewed in the month of December. 2 of them are pants and 2 of them are blouses. So the first pair of pants are the Persephone pants by Anna Allen Clothing. I love this pattern. I'll throw up a picture. They are sailor pants, so they don't have a side seam. They just have the inseam. So it's kind of unique. I have been working on a few adjustments to the pattern, mainly in the front crotch curve and then the back crotch curve. I'm not exactly sure the proper term for that, but just the back seam. They are a little too like straight for my body, so they kind of cut in to my rear end, which isn't a very great look. So after researching a bunch of different pant adjustments, I found one that works for the Persephone pants for my situation. And basically you kind of carve out more of a curve in the back rise, and that shapes your back center seam area to create more room for your butt, basically. And I did that, and I tried on the adjustment, and it works a lot better. And I have one more small adjustment to make that adds a little bit more room to the front rise. Basically adding in like a wedge, kind of like a up around back adjustment. I think it's called a full tummy adjustment, because my muslin was just a little bit tight in the tummy area. So I'll probably add like either a quarter or a half inch. So yeah, I am so close to having this pattern ready. Alright, the second pants pattern is the Megan Nielsen Dawn jeans. I love how there are 4 different leg variations in this jeans pattern, and there are 2 different fly options, a button fly and a zip fly. I am going to do the button fly. Megan Nielsen on her website has fly kits, so it comes with all the buttons and studs that you need for your jeans. So I chose the brass button fly kit, and the fabric I ordered is a classic non-stretch indigo color from Blackbird Fabrics. I'm not sure when those items will be coming in, since they're coming from Canada and I'm in the US. So that might be a January project, but we'll see. Alright, moving on to the blouses. The first one is McCall's 8180. I'm going to be sewing view C. I just love the collar. I think it's so fun, and I've seen a lot of ready-to-wear items that have this exaggerated collar, so I'm excited to make it. I am going to be sewing or cutting out a size 16 and adding my upper round back adjustment. That usually works pretty well. And the fabric that I chose is from Joann. It's just a quilt cotton. I like to do my wearable muslins in like a quilt cotton just because it's a little bit cheaper and easy to work with. But it's this cream with white like leaves. It's really pretty, and I think it'll look really nice sewn up in this blouse. Another adjustment I made to this pattern is I lengthened everything by 2 to 3 inches. That seems to work for me with McCall's patterns. Alright, next up is the McCall's 7977. It's a cute blouse pattern with this fun yoke detail. I am going to be sewing the B. The other views are cute, but I don't love the elastic around the waist. Maybe someday I'll also like view A. That's my second favorite, but we'll see. I'm gonna do view B for now, and I haven't gotten any fabric for it, but I think I'm just gonna get some quilt cotton from Joann or a plaid cotton in their shirting section. I haven't decided yet, but I do have this flannel that I got from Measure. It's coming up not as nice on camera. It's definitely like a richer color than what's showing up. I had this in mind for the blouse, but I also had this in mind for just a plain flannel shirt, and I think I'm going to stick to that because the checks are pretty big. So I think I want something a little bit tighter for this M7977. But yeah, I will pick that fabric out whenever I go to the store next. Okay, that wraps it up for my recent makes and December plans. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that subscribe button and like this video for more. Bye.